So if you've been having a little bit of trouble getting your tables set up when you've had your data in Excel and you want to get it over in Word in the unit format, here's a little example I've been working with. You can see that I've been working with an active pivot table here. I've just got a subset of the Marin strain data that we saw. You can see you can select individual ones and I've just decided that for this example I'm going to select 4 and I'm looking at the means. So what I want to do, this is the data now that I want to have. So I'm just going to copy it out of the pivot table. I'm just going to move it down here outside, and you can see the pivot table disappeared from the edge, and I'm going to paste it using the paste 1, 2, 3, which is pasting the values. So you can see that what I've got here is clean of any formatting, all the bold's gone, all this grey shading's gone, and that's probably the easiest way for us to have the data to work with. Now I want to make this 1 decimal place, and I think this is the easiest way. We can of course specify the number formatting and all of those things, but let's just go with this. So now we've got our table. This is basically what we want in Excel, from Excel into Word. So let me just copy this. So again, we're just going to copy this, and I'm going to just bring up my Word document here. And the first thing I'm going to do about my Word document, well, maybe just notice that I'm on the home ribbon and I've got this paragraph mark checked, which lets me see what's going on a bit. I know I'm going to have a caption label, so I'm going to leave a space for that. And now I'm just going to paste in my cells. So Control V, whichever way you want to do, just paste the data in. Okay, so if I just went again, Control V, it would come in to here. So we don't need it twice by just putting it there. And let me get rid of that, if it will disappear. Okay, so here I've got something. You can see it's actually hanging off the end, so I am going to need to do some work with it to get it in order. Maybe the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the font to 10, and let's say my report is in some other font than Arial, just so we can see what we can change. Okay, let's make it Garamond for whatever reason, or maybe something actually a little bit Palantino. Okay, so you can see I've got it here. This is the size that I want. It's in 10-point font, but it's not very well set out. So I'm just going to randomly start dragging things across. I'm not really paying very much attention to whether anything's even or not yet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the features that we've got available to us to fix that. So you can see that we have the contextual tabs that pop up there. When I get out of the cell, they disappear. When I go back into the table, they appear. So I'm going to go to the layout option and distribute columns evenly. And you can see what it does. It just makes these columns nice and even, which is very helpful for us. I'm also going to select this guy here just by clicking on that, and you can see now that I've got all of my values aligned. I don't actually want that to say anything, and of course I need to put the full titles in here, so I guess I have to type those in. Now I want to put a line at the bottom, so I just go back to the Home tab and I can use the option here to put a line at the bottom. When I want to sort out the top, what I do is I just go into Borders and Shading, and you can see I can put a line at the bottom, a single line at the bottom, and select the double line, and I'm going to put the double line at the top, and you can see that now I've got my layout set up as I want. Now to put the caption label on, we've got two options. We can just type this in, table 1, and that's going to run in, and of course because this is in Palantino, we would need to change that to be in Palantino as well. I just picked a random font for this exercise, and what you can see is that's sitting way too far above the line, so we would have to go in and format our paragraph, make that single line spacing, and make that 0. All right. The other option that we have is to use the settings that are available to us in Word. So if we go into the reference section, you can see there is actually an insert caption option. So we can insert table and figure options in here. We want a table option. So I go OK. And again, you can see this doesn't match the formatting that I want. So if I wanted to do that, what I would do is I actually modify the style. So in here, you can see we have the caption. So if I right click on that, it comes up with modify. And because we're doing this in Palantino, we'd have to have it in Palantino. You could have it bold, but we're not going to have it bold. And you can see that our formatting options are in here, the paragraph. So it's putting in this space behind. So we want to get rid of that. And I want to apply that to new documents. And you can say this time, okay, so I'm using the automatic numbering system that comes with Word. You can type it in, that's fine as well. You can use the captions as long as you get the styles to work, and there is some data or whatever we're going to have as our title. So you can see there, it's actually really quite straightforward. We just have to use a few of the features that are available to us in Word, and we can very quickly get some nice tables. Hope that's been some help.